One of the problems I had was I never had a lightweight warm bag. I always had the super heavy duty heavy bag that was heavy to carry into the woods, or the bag that really was pretty much anything below 40 degrees I froze. So I needed a new sleeping bag. So when I was determining what sleeping bag to get, I really wanted something that was going to last a long time. And I think the Western Mountaineer sleeping bag lineup is probably the best, in my opinion, hands down in the market. They're not sponsored. This is just what I got. This is just what I use. And I got tired of freezing at night or carrying this giant thing into the woods and dealing with it. So I dropped some money. I think this bag was like $700. So price is an issue. I mean, $700 is a lot of money. I know this thing's, I mean, it's going to last me a long time. It's probably, you know, I guess if you wanted, you could be buried in it if you want. Well, for me, anyway. And so it's not so much the price of the bag itself, but the quality you're going to get behind it, to where it's not like, oh, I know this thing costs a lot of money and I'm going to get a quality product. It's none of that. This stuff has been around for a long time. I mean, I don't know, what'd they come out, 70s, 80s, something like that? So you know you have a quality bag if it's been around for years and people really still recommend it. But what I did to help absorb the cost of the bag itself is, sometimes if you go on some websites and they'll say, hey, put in your email address, we'll give you 10% off your order. That's what I did. And I can't remember if it was Go Hunt or Backcountry or something like that. So I gave them my address, I got 10% off. It's $700, I saved $70, free shipping. And that's how I played the game of like trying to reduce the cost of this thing. But again, if you're just starting out and if price is an issue, I can totally understand why you don't. So I chose the Badger 15-degree bag. And there's really reasons why I've chose that bag. One is I don't backpack if it's like extremely cold. Mainly this backpack, this sleeping bag was purchased for elk hunting, you know, because sometimes it can get to 20 degrees. So I had a few things I was looking for me personally. It was, I needed to at least hold up to 10 degrees. And when I say 10 degrees, yeah, this bag's rated for 15, but I'm going to put clothes on, I'm going to put other things on. And if I need to, if I absolutely need to, I can, you know, I'll survive under 10 degrees, okay? The other thing is I need this thing to be lightweight. I can't afford to be going into the backcountry. I mean, pounds. I mean, there's a saying, it was like you'll pay like $100 to lighten the load of 1 pound. So pounds play a part, and people are like, well, just carry less this or less that. I'm like, okay, dude, I'm not messing around out there. So that's why I picked this bag, is particularly for elk hunting in the backcountry. I need to be able to survive at least down to 10 degrees. Again, this is a 15-degree bag. I'll be all right if it did drop down between 10 degrees. To be honest with you, if it got to 10 degrees, I'm marching my happy ass out of the woods, okay? I'm not really a hardcore, and I'll stay in my truck, I'll do something. I'll still hunt, but I'm not going to sit in the 10-degree weather. But if I get stuck somewhere, I'm going to be okay. So with the Badger, I didn't go with the Gore-Tex Windstop. I went with the MF, and it's like more of a lighter material. Again, guys, this is all about being lightweight. I mean, it's not like you're going to tear it. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and just jump on this thing and like rip and tear at it. So it's built, the quality's well done. This is like a mummy bag, as you can see. And I believe I got the 6-foot bag, or maybe I got the 6'6", I forget. I probably should have figured that one out. But as you can see up top here, you know, my shoulders fit comfortably. It's pretty comfortable. So actually, guys, this tag here, this tag told me what I bought. So I bought this 6-foot 6-inch bag. And the reason being is, it is a mummy bag. I'm not particularly happy with the mummy stuff, but you have a lot of room right here. Mainly at the bottom part right here, I put a lot of my clothes there. Well, they tend to work their way down there. But like when I'm in the backcountry and you know you're sweating around, or even I guess backpacking, you have a lot of sweat and you need to dry your clothes out. I put them in my bag. Hopefully my body heat will keep them a little bit drier out there. Like you know, if your socks are a little bit damp, eventually they'll go down here. They'll either work their way down there, or I'll take some of my clothes off and I throw them down here. And I sleep in my underwear, okay? I'm not this guy like where I sleep in my clothes all the time. I want to be comfortable if I'm out there laying on the ground. So with the 6'6" bag, I can go kind of way up here, and I still have room down here to where I'm not so crunched up and my, you know, my feet can't kick around. Like I like to kick at night, I guess. So it all depends on what you're going to use it for. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. This is definitely a well-made bag. I got it for environments to where it's not going to get below, 10 degrees. I mean, to be honest, if it's below 10, even 20 degrees, I'm probably going to be at base camp. I'm not going to go out there and just like wreck myself in the cold. Elk hunting, it's archery hunting. So you're in September. The coldest I ever seen it out there was maybe 20 degrees. And that was miserable for me. So I don't do well in the cold. I don't do well in the heat. I just like to be comfortable. But anyway, guys, this is just a fantastic bag. Lightweight, 2.8 pounds, packed up, packs real small. These type of bags right here, because the fluff, the feathers, there's no easy way of packing this thing in your bag. So there's no like folding it over, folding it up, rolling it up, all that stuff. You might as well forget that. A lot of guys do, like in their backpack, what a lot of guys do is they'll just take their, like a contractor's bag, and they'll take this thing and just shove it in that contractor's bag, push the contractor's bag down into their backpack, and they go from there. Because usually when you're out elk hunting, you got to get up early. They could be bugling way out there, maybe a mile, 2 miles away, and you got to go. So you're like at 3 a.m., you're packing your stuff up, so you don't have time to be nice and tidy. You got to grab your stuff, put it in the contractor's bag, squish that down, and pack everything in the pack the best you can, because you got to move, and you got to move now. But if you have to pack it in the bag, but if you have to pack it in the bag, it's really a process. I mean, here's the bag that it packs into, and I'll show you a little bit of how I pack it into this bag and why, especially if I'm in the backcountry and I got to move, or even backpacking and I'm setting up the next night. This thing, it takes a while to compress these feathers, and they gotta stay compressed. And this is, I'm in a controlled environment. And now if I'm out in the woods and it's dark out, you got, sticks everywhere, you got your buddies, they're trying to tell you, like, come on, let's go, and I'm telling you, man, this thing, like I said with the Puma bag, it's like a snake, like a giant snake, and you gotta wrestle on it. Anyway, guys, this is how I'm not gonna sit there and show you how I pack this thing up, but this is how it is. And you get to a point where you just got to compress it down. Now imagine being 3 a.m., 3:30, middle of the night, and you're tearing down your campsite, and you're doing this. My forearms are pumping up. Ugh. So here it is, the Badger Western Mountaineer, 2.8 pounds. Forced into this stuff sack. It's not a hard deal to stuff this thing in, but when you're at 3:30 in the morning and you got to put this thing in fairly quickly, that's why I just have a contractor's bag. I keep this separate out of all my clothes, out of everything. It goes into its own bag. I use the contractor's bag because they're a little bit more durable, they're thicker. So yeah, that's how I pack it up, with the contractor's bag when I'm on the go in the middle of the night. And then when I get home, after 2 weeks out in Colorado, I just let everything air out and it comes back to life. So whenever I store this bag, I leave it like fully open to where it's like you're using it. I don't like to compact these feathers for extended periods of time. I think in my opinion, it reduces the integrity of the bag. It's something you don't want to do. So alongside the Puma bag, I leave these underneath my bed, stretched out all until I use them again. I keep this little knapsack bag right here. I keep it with me when I first go out there because I use this bag right here, the outer sheath here, as a pillow. I take all my old clothes, or if you're not going to put your clothes in your bag, I put them into this sack. I put like maybe I have a puffer jacket. I'll put it in here as well, and it's going to give me a pillow for the nights. Guys, that's how I use my equipment. Any questions, concerns, comments, whatever, just put them down below. If you want to see another review of like what I do and how I operate, just put those in the comments.